The trailblazers, the dream catchers, the rock stars of the startup world. We showcase their stories, their fears, and their victories. That was the startup world till last year. But now there's been a big turmoil in this world. Valuations are being questioned, ambitions are being reconsidered, and many believe that the Indian startups that were badly in need of a reality check got it. And how? But is it all doom and gloom now? Is the euphoria gone forever? Will innovations dry up? Will the startup world become a kneel down and roll over world? Not at all. Yes, Unicorn Season 2 is back, bigger, bolder, and edgier.
By bringing the benefits of e-commerce to industrial customers, one startup is operating in a niche, unconventional space and fulfilling a unique purpose. This is Industry Buying, a growing online marketplace for industrial goods. The founders know that they have reaped huge benefits across the US and China. But India is a hard place to do business and succeed. Will it work here? On Unicorn, we'll find out if they have what it takes.
Does this dynamic sibling duo have what it takes? Fight the hurdles and make their own online platform of industrial products into a booming business. We're putting them to the test. Co-founder Swati Gupta looks after the online portal's business along with product development, technology, marketing and supply chain. And matching her vision is co-founder Rahul Gupta, who believes Industry Buying is India's largest industrial e-commerce platform. They struck the iron when it was scorching hot. But before we discuss their strategy, we want to know: will Industry Buying be able to convince the buyer to shop for industrial products online? What is the USP of Industry Buying and how will it capture a bigger market share? Does Industry Buying have a sustainable revenue model to help it survive the startup storm?
Industry Buying is a platform which allows businesses, industries, companies to buy products that they need to run their businesses online. India's largest catalog of industrial and business products with a price. So previously they had to generate quotations, they had to reach out to dealers, distributors, traders in order to get a price. So Industry Buying gives them the price, the specifications, the ability to buy and the ability to get it delivered to their place of business.
Yes, you heard it from Swati. Her venture Industry Buying sells a wide range of business and industrial products to small and large businesses and aims to eliminate the inefficiency in industrial product procurement. Currently, the platform caters to over 1.5 million products across more than 45 categories, and the founders have no plans of stopping there. Next up on the list is to expand its product portfolio by adding newer categories. With over 5,000 registered sellers and more than 75,000 registered businesses on its platform, Industry Buying has both the scale and scope to fight the ongoing turmoil among Indian startups.
We want to be the largest and platform for business e-commerce. Very few investors had invested in B2B or business e-commerce companies before. We were the first business e-commerce company on the scene. So we faced a fair amount of skepticism from the investor community. It took us a year and a half to raise our first round of funding.
Well, despite all the struggles, here's the part we love. The founders say they are running a profitable venture and receive a margin of 12 to 15% on every transaction. So let's get some more answers.
What is the USP of Industry Buying and how will you capture a bigger market share?
Industry Buying was set up with the vision of being India's largest business e-commerce marketplace. And really what we are bringing to both customers and sellers is that previously business customers were restricted to listings. And what we are offering is the entire ability to buy online. starting with the catalog and the price discovery itself. So we have India's largest catalog of industrial and business products, where you can compare prices, you can compare catalog specifications, you can make a payment, and then our supply chain network delivers wherever you happen to be. So really for the customers, it's a lot of convenience, it's price savings. For the sellers, they get access to buyers all over India, which previously they would not have access to because they wouldn't have the wherewithal to arrange a supply chain all over India or to arrange payment infrastructure, etc.
What can you do to convince buyers to come to you as opposed to local and perhaps cheaper vendors?
We give transparency in pricing. A lot of these products don't really have a well-established market price. We are putting a price on these products. Number two, we are able to give centralization of procurement. Large companies, they have plants all over the country. They buy locally at local rates and so on. We, on the other hand, can offer rate contracts on a host of products. Usually a buyer has to deal with hundreds and lots of vendors, whereas with us they can really consolidate all of that and buy from one vendor. So these are certain basic supply chain best practices which are possible through industry like now.
Now, in the case of an economic recession, a lot of these buyers might go away. Do you guys have a plan to stay economically resilient?
So last I checked, we have been in a recession for the past couple of years, or close to a recession, and we've been growing at 20% every month. So I think the base economy of the market that we are targeting, which is manufacturing, which is maintenance and repairs, which is basically all types of small and large enterprises all over India, that's relatively stable and it's not going to get affected by changes in the economy so easily.
A lot of startups today just bring products online and then think that that's going to be a huge moneymaker. In the end of the day, they end up going under. Do you guys have a plan for how to overcome that?
We've already achieved profitable unit economics. We are contribution margin positive, and the reason we are that is because we are in the business sector. We are in the industrial sector. We are not really in the consumer sector where the margins are very thin, the MRPs are well known. What you can make as a commission rate is lower. What we are trying to do, we expect to be profitable by May of 2018. So our economics are solid. We are building a real business, not a negative unit economics business.
So you heard it from the founders. They believe they have all the ingredients which go into the making of a successful venture, impervious to any recession or market slumps. Let's see what our mentors have to say. Our first mentor is Rajat Tandon, the Vice President of NASSCOM 10,000 Startups. Rajat is actively involved in scaling up the startup ecosystem in India and advises the many startups under NASSCOM's 10K program. Meet Angad Rikhi, a venture capitalist and angel investor who operates as a deal flow and partnerships manager at Unitas Seed Fund. He builds and manages the pipeline of prospective investments and analyzes their potential for multifold returns within 3 to 5 years. He's closely associated with startups and is known for his frank opinion on new ventures.
So the beauty of this kind of a model lies in the fact that when your customers are some of these larger corporates and the buy amounts are so large, the potential to actually scale is very high.
It's a good startup. The SME opportunities are fantastic. And even the corporate buying is now moving on to a more defined process. So they are in the space at the right time.
I think the hardship is always acquiring large corporates. Now the thing is, those guys are one-to-many kind of acquisition strategy. Here, acquiring just that one big corporate can be such a big challenge because it needs a focused sales effort.
One of the biggest challenges they might face is they will have to do credit offerings because this industry is used to credit offerings, and then they will have to run after credit collections and payment collections.
Startup Village, one with world-class infrastructure, incubators, major funding, and technology that boggles the mind. A hub for path-breaking innovation and technology. Could this be a reality? Well, the government of Kerala now has one such village which has undergone a huge makeover as the state government aims to push innovation. In fact, they've invested 300 crore in the process. But will this money go to good use? How can we know that the state is spending the money well? Let's find out on the State of the Startup.
digital student incubator at Thiruvananthapuram is set to be the world's first and has gone online. This startup village in Kerala is designed to help college goers take their first step in entrepreneurship. The government's allocation for startups at ₹300 crore is the highest to date in Kerala and aims to match the world-class infrastructure on par with Silicon Valley. What does this mean for budding founders?
Government has set up a startup village in Kochi, which is a great initiative. It will definitely promote students to set up more companies, which will mean that eventually more successful companies are going to come up.
This phase of the startup village has taken it to the next level. It's creating entrepreneurship and pushing startup culture right into the student and engineering student community, which will combine both business and technology together.
But I think there is one more thing which needs to be done in order to make it a prominent startup hub. That is the backing of big companies. So I guess it is the companies which should come up and provide a support system in addition to the government backing to set up the school.